Okay, while that goes and my ground turkey cooks, I am going to start chopping and cold packing the 2 pints I have. I also have quart jars on the other side, and I feel like if I can batch and prep those, this is going to take about, sorry, it's a small kitchen. This is going to take about an hour and a half more, maybe 3 total. So it's venting right now. We've got 4 minutes left of that process. So while I wait for that 4-minute process, I'm gonna chop roast and pack it into these 2. I also have 5 quart jars that are clean on the other side and ready to be packed. So I'm gonna try and pack those and then get them going once this is ready for the next group. So I'm gonna grab out one of my roasts and get started. My oldest really likes these cubed meat jars. So this is, I just tossed it. This is about 2 pounds. So possibly will fill these 2 pint jars. So I'm gonna start chopping. I'm gonna try to go for about 1 inch. I am not fabulous at measuring, but I'm grateful for a good knife. We got new knives when we moved after having the ones we had for 15, 16 years, and they were dull, dull, dull. So it is nice to have some good sharp knives. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these a good chop, and I'll see you back here when they're done. Okay, so I've got 2 jars made. I'm gonna wipe lids and measure and put the tops on, and then go and get my quart. Now this will not fill my quart, so then I'll do a couple more for the quarts that I have, get them all ready, plop them in the refrigerator. I think what I'll do is when this is on, when my pressure canner, so it went to can while I was cutting. When the pressure canner is finished with the heating process and it's in the cool down process, I think what I'll do is pull them out so they can sit at room temperature, and hopefully that will help with the jar not exploding. All right, so I have 5 wide mouth quarts full of beef. I'm going to take these off because they're very reflective. 5 wide mouth quarts full of beef and 4 pints of various mouth sizes full of beef as well. Now I have 3 roasts left, about 2 pounds each. So I'm going to cook those up for dinner tonight, and they should be gone either tonight or used for leftovers tomorrow. So then none of the beef goes to waste. Hallelujah. I also am going to instant pot my my pork so that I can do some more of the pulled pork. I am probably in between now and then going to put a Walmart order in for the pint size, maybe 2 flats of the wide mouth pints, so I have those for my food prep days. I'm trying to be as prepared as possible. I think honestly, if I can make this cold packing work, it will be awesome because that was super easy. I am going to put on a timer on my watch for 45 minutes because that's how much is left of the pressure canner. I'm looking over there just to make sure. I have 10 pounds of ground turkey finished. I will probably do some cleanup. That's the other really nice thing about prepping ahead, is that all of the cleanup happens one time, right? From all of the dirty pans and all of that. And then I often can make my meals with 1 pan at night. And then that's just 1 pan to clean up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, especially for a sized family that we have. That is a fantastic thing, and it's a super help. So I am going to let the canner do its thing. It doesn't need me at all. I am going to pull out the beef cubes at 45 minutes, so when it starts its cooling process. And then when the cooling is finished, I'm gonna research in between and see how I can kind of skip that warm jars, fill jars section, and get those processed. I'll probably process the quarts first and the pints second. I don't want to intermix them because they have different processing times depending on the size of the jar. So we'll get through all of our beef and I'll have good beef cubes. We'll have the pork that I did last week, and we'll probably continue on doing as well. And then I have 10 pounds of ground turkey that now I will probably put in my ginormous Tupperware container and just get it all the way filled with all my ground turkey, and then go through bagging and freezing that probably tomorrow. Today I really want to focus the rest of the day on cleaning and getting things done. So I'll clean out my big Tupperware, I'll fill it with my ground turkey, and then I will probably do the last 30 pounds of that tonight once the kids are in bed, and hopefully the house is a little cleaner. Okay, so I was able to clean down things, put everything up. We are in the cooling process. It's cooling. I don't know if you can see there, it says cool. So that is happening with the pulled pork, and then we will put these 4 quart jars in and process them. I believe that's our pint jars, I'm sorry. And I believe the time is coming to room temperature. That is cooling. We're going to start with the pint jars, which I believe is the same as the pork, for 75 minutes. Processing time and inch headspace, that was all measured out already, so we're set. Liquid, I just got out the ones that were in and I'm starting another. I took a chance and just put them in without letting the water cool down, so I'm a little bit nervous because they were fairly cold. Nothing broke when I put it in. I'm hoping that's the case throughout, but we'll see. I am just going to go through the whole warm and heat jars and all of that and just pretend to take them out and hit the green button, not the green button, but the play button once it says, you know, fill jars, insert jars. I'm just going to kind of move it along and see how that works. I am hoping this works well. I'm probably going to again pull out the jars that I have in the refrigerator when it starts cooling. I'm starting out with the pint jars so that if there is breakage, it's less meat wasted. I ended up putting these I took them out a little bit ago. I've got the 5-quart jars right now. I took them out of the refrigerator a little bit ago when it turned to cool. And then I put them under lukewarm water to kind of bring them to like a lukewarm temperature so that we don't lose any jars. I haven't heard any explosions, and we are currently on our cool down cycle with the pint jars. There are 4 pint jars in there. So I'm hoping that will be finished soon and I can get through 3 loads. This is good kind of practice and learning how it works best, because if I can kind of be prepared to do 3 loads, then my food prep will be able to sustain quite a bit more, because in each of these jars, from what I understand, obviously this is kind of like, I'm not weighing it. This is an idea of how much, maybe not precise or specific, but that there's about 2 pounds per jar if it's quart sized, and 1 pound per jar if it's pint sized. So this is about 5 pounds there. Then this is 10 pounds, and there's 4 pounds in there. So really, I will have processed through, let's see, so 10 and 5 is 15, and 4 more is 19. So about 19 pounds of meat, shelf stable by the end of today. And if I can get that started when I go to the store, so I did not get it started on Thursday, but if I can in the future, then I can kind of run 3 loads each day. That's 9 loads of meat, and I can really get a lot preserved and ready for the month. So I'm excited. I feel like we're moving forward and learning things. It is not 10:51. That clock has been wrong for I don't know how long. I don't know how to fix it. I don't really care enough to. So it's not correct. But that's okay. So we've got these ready. We've got these all ready. And every one of them did. So they're cooled down. Every one of them is nice and flat. We don't have any popping. And in about 6 hours, I'll remove the rings and label. This is pulled pork. So I'm excited. We're getting there. We're moving forward. We're learning new things. I love it. Last load of jars in. I have the 5 wide mouth quart-sized jars. I did speak a little bit about how I took them out and put them under warm, like lukewarm water to try and bring them to more room temperature before they went into the hot water. And it seemed to have worked. We have our beef already that I had done, raw pack, and that is looking beautiful. I've already heard some pings. You can see the boiling, which is great. That's what we want. And it's looking good. So it looks like this one has yet to pop. I'm not gonna touch it. This one I think may have pinged. This one I think may have, and this one I think may have. So we've got our jars of beef. Oh wait, that one back there, I'm not sure. We'll see. We've got those, and then we've got quart-sized jars. I am taking big boys out to dinner because they worked very hard to renovate our bathroom today. So we're gonna go and celebrate, the 4 older boys and I. So I'm going to get this past warm and past venting so that 90 minutes processing time can happen while we're out.